Ladies and gentlemen, a deeply sad incident happened yesterday. A 37-year-old woman, Rainee Good, was shot by an officer. For me, it's heartbreaking. But once again, we are seeing two opposite ideologies. The first group supports the officer. One of my friends, for example, believes the officer had the right to protect his life. He says she tried to drive the car into him and that in a split-second situation, the officer did what he felt he had to do. From this view, the lesson is simple. Follow the law, obey the officer, and don't run. The second group is driven by the emotional weight of it, and I understand why. They believe the officer was wrong. They say he should not have shot her, that there were other options, and that an innocent person has lost her life. Then there's a third angle emerging as well. People blaming the wider system, blaming ICE itself, arguing that masked agents creates fear and tension, and that hiding behind masks increases the sense of force being used against ordinary civilians. And yes, there are also anti-government voices who take it even further and blame political leadership at the top.
This vehicle was used to hit this officer. It was used as a weapon, and the officer feels as though his life was in jeopardy.
This was an agent recklessly using power that resulted in somebody dying.
She was there to engage in obstruction of a legitimate law enforcement operation.
I've not used inflammatory terms of what happened. I've asked us to find the answers. The only way we find the answers is a thorough investigation.
To ICE, get out of Minneapolis. Your stated reason for being in this city is to create some kind of safety, and you are doing exactly the opposite.
Our ICE officers should be supported in doing their job. You're trying to actually marshal the far left lunatic fringe to engage in doxing.
We do not need any further help from the federal government. To Donald Trump and Kristi Noem, you've done enough.
So you have competing narratives, each side insisting the other is wrong. But whatever your position is, one fact remains. Someone has lost her life. Now, what's happening next? Maybe people become more afraid. And the message becomes, no matter what, if an officer pulls you over, don't run, because you could be shot. Or maybe people become more angry and pressure grow for mass operations to end. We don't know. What I do know is this: it's always possible to criticize an action without turning it into hatred, and to demand accountability without abandoning the facts. We can be for, but we still dissent. We can question decision while still respecting the role of law enforcement in society. If we lay the arguments out clearly, two difficult questions appear. If you believe Rainee Good was innocent and was killed through brutal arrogance, then the question becomes, are you blaming one officer's decision, or are you blaming the entire institution? Because if it's the institution, then we should expect a pattern. We should examine whether this is one tragedy or part of something wider. But if you believe it was her mistake, that she escalated the danger, then another question appears. Does that mean that every time someone's panic or refuse to be pulled over, an officer has right to shoot? If a driver is frightened, confused, or simply trying to leave, and an officer steps in front of the car, does that automatically justify lethal force? These are not simple questions, and this is why I think this topic deserves to be discussed through the lens of philosophy, not just politics and not just emotion. So here is my question to you. If you were in Rainee Good's position, after seeing something that horrific, what would you do? Would you stop and let the officer do his job? Or would you take the risk and try to escape? I think after watching incidents like this, most people would not dare to run. But here's the final point. Even if fear changes people's behavior, that alone does not prove the law is right or that the outcome was inevitable. It simply proves that fear is powerful, and that is exactly why we need to talk about it carefully, respectfully, and truthfully.